8647. What is the primary purpose of an autopilot? A. To relieve the pilot of control of the aircraft during long periods of flight. B. To allow for longer flights and more precise courses flown by the pilot. C. To stabilize flight control in turbulent conditions. The correct answer is A. The main objective of an autopilot is to alleviate the manual control burden on the human pilot by taking over certain aircraft control functions. 8648. Which of the following provides manual maneuverability of the aircraft while the autopilot is engaged? A. Servo-amplifier. B. Directional gyro indicator. C. Flight controller. The correct answer is A. The servo-amplifier provides manual maneuverability of the aircraft while the autopilot is engaged. Option A is the correct answer. The servo-amplifier is a component of the autopilot system that receives signals from the autopilot controller and translates them into mechanical movements of the flight control surfaces. It controls the actuators that move the control surfaces, such as the ailerons, elevators, and rudder. While the autopilot is engaged and following a set flight plan or maintaining a specific attitude, the servo-amplifier allows the pilot to override or manually maneuver the aircraft. By applying force to the control yoke or other input devices, the pilot can temporarily disengage the autopilot and manually control the aircraft's movements. 8649. In an autopilot, which signal nullifies the input signal to the ailerons? A. Displacement signal. B. Course signal. C. Follow-up signal. The correct answer is C. In an autopilot, the follow-up signal nullifies the input signal to the ailerons. Option C is the correct answer. The follow-up signal is a feedback signal in the autopilot system that continuously compares the desired control input with the actual control position. It adjusts the control navigation system surfaces, including the ailerons, to maintain the desired aircraft attitude or course. When the autopilot detects that the aircraft has reached the desired attitude or course, the follow-up signal is used to nullify or cancel the input signal to the ailerons. This prevents any further correction or movement of the control surfaces once the desired parameters have been achieved, thereby maintaining the aircraft's stability and reducing unnecessary control inputs. 8650. In which control element of an autopilot system is an attitude indicator? A. Command. B. Sensing. C. Input. The correct answer is B. In an autopilot system, an attitude indicator is part of the sensing control element. Option B is the correct answer. The sensing control element in an autopilot system consists of various sensors and instruments that provide information about the aircraft's current attitude, such as pitch and roll. The attitude indicator, also known as an artificial horizon, is one of the key instruments in the sensing control element. The attitude indicator measures the orientation of the aircraft with respect to the horizon, providing pitch and roll indications. This information is then utilized by the autopilot system to determine the current attitude of the aircraft and make appropriate control inputs to maintain or adjust the desired attitude. 8651. What is the operating principle of the sensing device used in an autopilot system? A. The reaction of the force 90 foot away from the applied force in the direction of gyro rotation. B. The relative motion between a gyro and its supporting system. C. The rate of change of motion between the gyro gimbal rings and the aircraft. The correct answer is B. The operating principle of the sensing device used in an autopilot system is the relative motion between a gyro and its supporting system. Option B is the correct answer. Gyroscopic sensors are commonly used in autopilot systems to sense the aircraft's attitude and motion. These gyroscopic sensors, such as attitude gyros or rate gyros, operate based on the principle of the relative motion between the gyro and its supporting system. When the aircraft experiences changes in attitude or motion, the gyro inside the sensing device tends to maintain its orientation due to its gyroscopic properties. The relative motion between the gyro and the supporting system, caused by the aircraft's movements, is then measured and used as input for the autopilot system. This allows the autopilot system to detect changes in the aircraft's attitude, such as pitch, roll, or yaw, and make appropriate control inputs to maintain or adjust the desired flight parameters.